There's a growing list of things to really embrace about Pope Leo. Not even a week, you believe that? Not even a week into his papacy. Since his election, loads of stuff is being looked over from his past comments and so forth to get a kind of a sense of, how he thinks, what he might do, that sort of thing. Obviously, since he's the Pope, much of that's going to be theological. Like the Bishop of Fatima, Portugal, publicly dedicating the new pontificate to Our Lady's appearance there in 1917 as a springboard for Pope Leo's reign. But given all the chatter prior to the conclave about Francis having named a huge number of cardinals and that it was almost a deadlock that Francis II would come out, not an unreasonable concern. That expectation, however, just doesn't seem to be working out the way some thought it would, again, just a week ago. On the political front, his brother is saying nowhere near that Pope Leo is nowhere near a liberal. And that same brother proudly professes to be, quote, a MAGA type. We're talking about the brother talking about himself. They're not talking about the Pope. But also on the political front, Pope Leo certainly seems to have his finger on the pulse of world affairs. Most telling were these comments he offered back in 2010. They're very telling. Quote, communism has penetrated even Christian circles disguised as solidarity. It's our pastoral duty to expose it. Look at that once more. Communism has penetrated even Christian circles disguised as solidarity. It is our pastoral duty to expose it. Let that sink in. He really gets it. He really gets it. To have that said almost an entire generation ago by him, well, that speaks enormous amounts about his insights. Is he Pope MAGA? Well, that's probably a bit of a stretch there, but he certainly does seem to recognize the political and, most importantly, spiritual threat communism poses to the West and the whole world. Mary, our Blessed Mother at Our Lady of Fatima, made an appearance to explicitly warn about the evil of communism. Given his comments about the commies, we could be watching one of the most amazing pontificates in history, at least relatively modern history, starting to take shape. Coming to you from Houston, Texas, yeehaw, I'm Gary Michael Voris. God love you.